Hello everyone, welcome to Momma Jo's Kitchen, or welcome back. I'm so glad to have you all today. Hey, we are under a severe thunderstorm. It's either a watch or warning, so of course when you know, that would be right when I'm doing a video. But let me tell you how super quick and easy today's recipe is going to be. I almost don't feel like I should even write anything down because it's that simple. You know, today's a very hot day. That's why we're, getting ready to have the severe thunderstorm warning. And my husband, Michael, has been at work all day. So I think that, he deserves to have a nice treat for going out there and working. And he's going to come home and I'm going to make him a strawberry milkshake. It is so simple and easy to make. I remember many years ago, it's been so long I can't tell you what year it was. It was probably in the late 80s when I used to waitress at a truck stop, and I used to make milkshakes. They are super easy. You don't need really any special equipment. It's nice if you have a blender, which I'm going to be using my blender right here. I'll just lift it up and show it to you. And I'm going to be using a hand mixer. And the reason why I'm going with a milkshake today is, if you saw my recipe the other day where I made the strawberry blueberry pie, I had this great big frozen bag of strawberries. It was a 4-pound bag that I had bought in the freezer section at Walmart. And what I did was I had bought it along with some other frozen fruit from where I made a fruit pie, a different kind of a fruit pie, and I took out 1 cup of frozen fruit. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of frozen fruit left over that's been sitting up in the freezer. Then I got to thinking the other day, to make a strawberry pie, but instead of, because I have another strawberry pie, it's really good where you use fresh strawberries. But I decided, since I wanted to use up what I had in the freezer, I took that great big bag that was left over. Remember, just 1 cup was removed out of it. And I put it on the stove and I let it reduce down. I let it cook down. And I added, some lemon juice and some sugar, a pinch of salt. And I also made a cornstarch, thickener in that. And what I ended up doing was, only by the time it cooked down, and because it cooked down, it had some pieces of strawberry left in it, but it also reminded me more of a jam. I guess you would call it strawberry compote, is what we had left. I ended up only using a cup of that, ended up making that strawberry blueberry pie, because I had blueberries up in the freezer, and I took them out and I coated them in some flour and I mixed it with a cup of the cooked strawberry compote, and guess how much I had left over? I had 6 cups. I used, like I said, a cup, and I had about 6 cups left. So I have now about 5 cups. Well, we're going to use those strawberries up, and let me tell you what else they're good for. Not only can you just put it over ice cream, if you don't want to make a milkshake, you could put it over waffles, you could put it on toast. There's lots of things that you can do with it. So I was looking for something to serve Michael's milkshake in. So I found this large quart jar that I'm going to use, because really anything else, unless you just want to use a glass and make a smaller portion, you could use just a regular drinking glass. And then I saved this straw. I might have mentioned it before. These straws are really sturdy. I got this straw from Dunkin' Donuts, from one of their drinks. And because it's so sturdy, I decided to keep it. And I think it'll be good for today's recipe. I thought I had the maraschino cherries. This is optional. Some people don't like them, but some people like them, on top of their milkshake. These are cut in half. So what I did was just took 2 halves and I rinsed them and just kind of put them together. It's just for looks anyway. I don't even know if Michael's going to want to eat it, but That's just like I said. If you like it, use it. If not, don't use it. The first thing we're going to do is make our whipped topping, and that is super easy. And I'm going to do that off of camera, but I'm going to tell you how we do it. I've got a hand mixer here with the whipped attachment. And in this bowl, I have 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And it's in the refrigerator because I want to keep it cold for the time being. Is 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to put them all in this bowl, and I'm going to stand there and I'm going to check the timer on the stove. It's probably going to take 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. And I'm just going to keep whipping it. Once I get it to the consistency I want, you don't want to over whip it. If you over whip it, it'll get too stiff, you know, which you don't want that. And I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator when it's done and let it hang out, and I'll bring you all back for when we go to do the ice cream. But for the ice cream part, the strawberries, I've got it sitting in the refrigerator too because I want to keep them cold because we're making a milkshake. You need vanilla ice cream. Now, it's optional. You can use cold milk, or you can use a little heavy cream or a little half and half something to thin it out. Because, you know, we're going to put our ice cream and we're going to put our strawberry compote in the blender. We'll get it mixed up, but to thin it out so that it's pourable and drinkable, we will add a little bit of milk or whatever you want to use. So it's that simple. So let me get this together. And, you know, when I get this done, Michael's going to be happy to give you all a taste test. We'll be right back. All right, folks, you won't believe this, but I tell you, that thing whipped up so fast. It must be the type of heavy cream I use. Let me look. There are 2 different types of heavy cream. There's heavy whipping cream, and then there's just, I think it's just called, there's light cream. But the one that I got, it probably took less than 2 minutes for me to whip it up. So, I know you can't see my blender. It's there. The cord is really short. That's the only plug I have besides over there. I have one back there, but that's way back there. So here we go. We're going to get some ice cream in here. I want to make sure I have enough because I think he's going to share this with the grandsons. They're here today. So let me get some of this vanilla ice cream in here. There's like about a scoop right there. I got this at Food Lion. It says homemade vanilla ice cream. That was 2 scoops. Okay, that's about 3. This is a I'll tell you how much ice cream this is. There's about 4 scoops right there. It's 1.5 quart. Okay. I have plenty of strawberries. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about 5. And I'm probably going to do about 6. Okay. That's about how much I have left in there. So almost about half of that. Let me pop this back in the freezer. Okay, I have about 1/4 here of the strawberries, but I think I'm going to need more than that. Because we want to taste the strawberries. So I think what I'll do here is, let me get, I'm probably going to do about 1/2 to start. I have plenty in the fridge. I have more containers. Okay, so this would be about 1/2 right here of the strawberry compote. Now remember, the whipped topping is sitting in the fridge hanging out. Okay, I'm not going to put any milk in it yet. It's going to make a lot of noise, so I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to stick it on here. I'm going to get it blended. I'll let you know. I'll check the consistency of it, and I'll let you know how much milk I add to it. If you, like I said, if you don't want to use milk, you can use more heavy cream, or half and half, whatever you have. Be right back. All right, folks, here it is. You do have to put the milk in before you start blending it. So I used a half a cup of milk. I used a half a cup of the strawberry compote, and you saw how much ice cream I used. You do have to help get it started. Like, you start to liquefy, and then you got to stop and use something to get the ice cream pushed down in there. But we are mixed up and ready to go. So Michael's going to set up over there so we can give you a taste test. We'll be right back.
How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to Momma Jo's Kitchen. So with the strawberry compote she had left over from the strawberry pie, she made me a homemade strawberry milkshake with homemade whipped topping, cherry on top, the whole ball of wax. Here we go. Delicious. I'm gonna get brain freeze. Homemade whipped topping is very good too.
Can you taste the strawberries? Is it sweet enough?
It is absolutely amazing. That strawberry compote, like, it made a great pie. As a milkshake, it's amazing also. Momma Jo was also saying that you could put this on like waffles, toast, pancakes even, for like a breakfast type deal. This is awesome. Absolutely amazing. I really like that whipped topping. It's light. Tastes way better than store-bought stuff. This is better than the milkshakes you get at like Dairy Queen and some of the other places. 2 thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the video where Momma Jo makes this. Check out all of Momma Jo's videos. Thank you.
Are you going to share with your grandsons?
Maybe.
You better, because I'm not making more.
I'm gonna get what I want off this, and I'll give the rest to Luke and Dad.
How nice of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Good night.